Greetings everyone, and great here. Another Company Heroes 1 replay. So on the left side as the Panzer force, we've got Maverick. On the right side as the British force, we've got QF. Which is meant for quality fire, right? Schimwagen here. Got 3 games today with Schimwagens. That's quite nice. I always like to see these guys. Hopefully we'll see some fun ability uses there. I think Tank Hunter and Luftwaffe Ground Forces both offer good variants of the Schimwagen. Though, to be fair, the Kettengrad is definitely a better Luftwaffe Ground Forces variant, but the Schimwagen's marked target's actually not too terribly bad. It's also, I believe it's free, so great way to help win fights. Especially for Brits who tend to pull out a lesser number of infantry squads there, so you can probably really focus down individual squads with that ability. Though Camouflage Kettengrad is always very good. And I think the Tank Hunter is better for the Schimwagen rather than the Kettengrad because able to pull out landmines is such a powerful ability. As opposed to the other landmine ability, Scorched Earth's Incendiary Trap is situational. It's okay, not great. It's hard to make good value out of that. Mark target ability obtained, so we do now have Luftwaffe ground forces available for the Panzer Elite player, able to bring in the mark target. Which faction has the best soundtrack? I would say the Brits. US and Wehrmacht have very similar sounding soundtracks. They're ever so slightly different. Panzer has a bit more of this metal sound effect, or marching sound effect, I don't know how to describe it. And the Brits just have British orchestra, and I sort of like the Brits. And on second place, probably Panzer Elite. The US and the Wehrmacht definitely have a bit more ambient soundtracks, which is honestly probably pretty good for the campaign. Gives it more of a element of suspense. I'm a rabbit. I'm not a rabbit, I am a fox person. We now have a bit of damage there onto the infantry section. Does take a bit of damage there. Got both of these Panzer Grenadiers engaging. And he's going for the cutoff sector. Very nice, but it's currently cutting off nothing. British HQ has actually re-established on the munitions sector. Probably should have put it right there. The farther back does make it a little bit safer retreat point than out in the open. We now have an early 250 half track now deployed in the field. Scope rifle squad on the flank, get behind some good heavy cover. This map has a lot of heavy cover there. There is the marked target. You can see the glowing red effect. And the Panzer Grenadiers are focusing down. Does have full reinforcement there of the 250 half track. We got another Schimwagen deployed in the field, so it's going for multiple marked targets. Panzer Grenadiers need reinforcement. This one needs healing. Of course, that's not exactly available at the moment. Just fall back at reinforcements there. Could load them both up there and tax them away to safety. They're not bulletproof in the back of it, but they will have the trouble being hit. And reinforce now. And now we've got the intersection pushing its way forward slowly, because Brits don't know how to jog outside of their own sectors. Fuel sector captured on up. And he does load up the half track there. It is, of course, over garrison. One should dismount, probably the healthier one, and get behind some good heavy cover.
Kampfgruppe Leer can now use the feared Luftwaffe ground forces.
Mortar half track now deployed in the field, which can be very nice. The Brits don't really have static weapons, but due to them being out of supply, it makes them a bit more static. We also got now a Vickers gun here as well. Plus, the Mortar half-track itself is quite mobile, so you don't have to worry about taking time to set on up and barrage. Just start firing away. That's probably a good balance reason, but it can target the HQ command trucks, right? I thought so. There's always a little bit weird inconsistencies when it comes to this game. And now the infantry section push way forward. Got the Luftwaffe ground forces now deployed in the field. Mortar half-track firing his first round. I have a feeling it's going to miss the squad. Oh! Sort of walked into it. Also did somewhat miss there as well. Didn't take too much damage. Incendiary mortar. A little bit of 7-10 split situation where it just lands in between of everything. And the Panzer Grenadiers have taken some damage.
We can use Luftwaffe ground forces to take the fight to the enemy.
Each section takes some fire there. Mortar half-track. Range a little bit far once again. Got a bit of suppression there from the infantry half-track. Infantry section 3-4. Getting a bit of fire onto that Schimwagen. Scope rifle pushing along the flank. Bren, ooh, took a direct hit there from the mortar with the mark target on. I think mark target just improves accuracy, not damage dealt. But that Bren squad doesn't need to fall back. Mortar half-track is barraging the squad who did deploy those marksmen there. Luftwaffe ground force is still firing away. Does mount up there with the half-track. Only has to be a firing spot, but there's only 3 guys in the back, so he will fire with all the guys. Mortar barrage. Oh, that mortar is close range shot. Could get a direct hit there. Into the crit there. Nope, landed too short. At that point in time, might as well just hurl mortars with your hands. Another mortar half-track here. Maybe a little bit too much. He's going heavy in the Kampfgruppe Company play. And now do you have the field support truck? Maybe a Stuart or 2 wouldn't be half bad. I don't think he's realized his double mortar half-track just yet. But Stuart play could be quite nice. And now got the Schimwagen push way forward. Mortar half-track Schimwagen advancing. Panzer Grenadiers have been reinforced. And we do have these intersections getting reinforced. And we've got the lieutenant going around over here, trying to capture up the flank, doing a good job with that. Vectors in placement, engaging the Schimwagen.
Company is available to take the field.
Scope rifle squad and intersections push way forward. Does suppress the Panzer Grenadiers. And we've got the Luftwaffe ground forces being suppressed. Panzer Grenadiers do get pinned. Mortar half-track firing away. And you've got the intersections creeping the way forward. Bit damage there onto the Schimwagen. Schimwagen has gone down. Panzer Grenadiers fall back. Mortar gets a pretty good splash hit there. Hit the full retreat button. Try to crawl away. Was not a good idea. Next mortar, I think it's going to be pretty deadly. Does get inside the garrison. The mortar did rain far. Each half-track is loaded on up, providing some good protection there. Schimwagen trying to capture the VP. And we've got some defense, especially on the Luftwaffe ground forces. These mortars are close range, so they're going to get reduced scatter. A pretty good incendiary mortar there. Grand squad gets out of the garrison. The Scope squad takes a regular mortar hit there, which make it wiped out. Mark target on the Scope squad as well. Does fall back there. Piet's firing. It's a good hit there. Right now, maybe a short barrel Panzer 4 would be quite good. His opponent's going for infantry play, and everything's vulnerable to a short barrel Panzer 4. And the Piet squad does get thrown away. Here's another good reason why to go for a short barrel Panzer 4. captain deployed on the field. Got something deployed on the field. Support truck. Could be for another sapper. Could be for a Stuart. Stuart is probably a good option. Panzer completed on the remaining Panzer Grenadier. Does get another one over here. Going for the Panzer Command. I'm also thinking Mortar would be a good deployment call. He has infantry. I think he needs a bit more anti-vehicle. And you could simply just set up the Mortar back here and just haul it down. Officer or captain? I'm talking, you mean the Sturm officer? I have no idea. I'm guessing Sturm officer, the artillery officer, I should say. But that sounds like a... What was the movie or show that had two guys shooting each other at point-blank range, constantly missing?
We are losing ground.
And now the Stuart advance way forward. Good hit there. Good look off ground force trying to get repairs in combat.
The enemy is seizing our
Good
territory.
hit there. Rolls and miss there with the Stuart, of course. Definitely needs a sapper on the field. Maybe repair a sapper bit overheal. Needs to also keep him falling back. Mortars do pose a threat to it.
The enemy has destroyed
Takes out the Schimwagen. Mortar half track alive, but barely. Scorpion squad does get out of the garrison. Great mortar hit there. Great mortar hits there. And Scorpion squad is getting ripped apart. Needs to start falling back. Does. Brent squad needs to start falling back. British players throwing away too many squads. Elite Bolsheviks cannot be brought in. I'm just curious. Got Bolsheviks deployed out there. Brent squad, he's trying to kill this off, but has plenty of health. Brent squad needs to fall back. British players have a mix of resources. Going for a sapper now. Probably should go for a repair sapper to get it overhealed. Ready to improve their ability. We got now, looks like also artillery summoned. Ooh. Does take out the 250 half track. The mortar half track's falling back. Very good also artillery. Yeah, that doesn't really help out. I have no idea who will win the fight between the two. It's probably even up to, I wouldn't surprise me if it's subjugated to RNG.
Infantry section ready. Send. Heavy MG ready. Go ahead.
Receiving enemy fire.
German forces
Mortar half
are trying
track.
to take a petrol
Okay,
station.
go ahead. Overrun them.
Captain does take a pretty good amount of hits there. Good chance he just gets wiped out.
The captain is KIA.
Captain does go down, so no longer provides powerful defense aura, which could have been very useful for the cutoff sector.
Signals reading in.
No. Should repair up the Stuart first. That is a higher valued asset than the machine gun placement.
Send your message.
No Stuart on the build queue. Definitely should get repair sappers. Yeah, I still think it's the artillery officer. But the problem is, that health means nothing if you can't do damage. At that point in time, I don't think either can do damage. That fight could probably last an hour for all I know.
Losing a sector.
Ready for action.
Got a big lag spike there by the British player. That name's just hard to see. Multiple lag spikes there, that's not good. Landmine got detonated there, wiped out a squad there. That's bad luck there. And let's just on the micro there. Lag spike has subsided.
Send your message, son.
No repair sack upgrade. Victor's placement firing wake, some good hits on the Panzer squad. Stuart advancing. It's a good shot then look off ground force. Both those guys suppressed. Stuart advancing. Focus down the Panzer strike squad. Fortunately, we do have a Panzer Palace. Of course, there's also a Panzer strike into the garrison. Lose that Panzer Grenadier entirely. His repairs in combat. Definitely need the repairs staff upgrade. Not only improves repairs, but still overhealed. Gets good hits there. And the Panzer player needs to go for a Mortar. I think short barrel Panzer IVs can fight Stuarts quite well. I don't know exact top of my head. I think if they're hauled down, they can beat him. This is a Mortar, not the Mortar upgrade. A regular Mortar not being employed in the field. Very nice. He does need it. He has 1 Panzer, 1 and 2 Luftwaffe ground forces and a Fallschirmjäger. Make that 1 less Luftwaffe ground forces. Seven damage per hit doesn't mean much. Also, chance of hitting matters as well. More half track goes down. Looks like the Panzer player so he got affected by some sort of bug. Because the captain also has his defense aura, which also could allow him to be a lot more survivable in a friendly sector. There's a lot of variables in play when it comes to that one. And I'm pretty sure captains have a different armor. They also have different armor type. So they take something involving armor types also. I don't know how to describe. We do have the Schimwagen up here, decapturing the sector there. We do also have the Schimwagen over here as well.
Our enemies will cower as the Wirbelwind Flakpanzer is now available for deployment.
Verbal ones are nice and all, but I don't... Well, I suppose if we get out 2 Martyrs, then you go for a Verbal one. Stuart's are going to cause some issues. Right now he has 1 remaining. Another Stuart on the build queue. And it's maybe one of the few times where Bofors could be quite useful. Put a Bofors around here to use the terrain as cover.
MG ready.
Ready for your orders.
Marder being a bit of a stuck in the mud. Schimwagen trying to lure towards the Marder. The Marder could try pre-deploying right around here.
Trying to take a petrol sector.
Let's see, how well does that see? Did the Marder get revealed? Maybe not.
Combat reports show the German vehicle was knocked out in that
Marder
last
does not
skirmish.
get a shot off there. Now the PS has spotted the Marder. Marder does take a good hit there and make that 2 hits. Yep, barring the fact that there's also possibly sending mortars. I think both of us would be good. Just have to play around and hunt down the mortar half track. We now have the Mortar sitting on up, firing at point blank range. Gets a great hit there. 2 more shots could take up the Stuart. 1 more shot could take up the Stuart. But the Mortar's almost down as well. It does take up the Stuart there. Does take it out. This Stuart is at full health. Receives a good hit there. 2 more shots could take it out. Stuart is not engaging. Howdy. We do now the Piet and Brun squad push way forward. Got a squad of Fallschirmjägers. They do have the Panzerfaust. Good hit there by the Stuart. Marder has backed on off with the mortar half track here.
Objective secure! That's our flag, and don't you forget it!
Multiple Fallschirmjägers push way forward. Very nice. Mortar half track may get a good shot there.
Bloody hell, taking a big
Bit of volley there. Do now the Stuart firing away. The void that marksman was deployed.
The blokes are ready!
Fallschirmjägers focus down the Bren squad. He's quite wounded. So is the Fallschirmjägers, so it's hard to say how this fight will go. The mortar half track may have a say in the fight as well.
Fuel down! Fuel down!
Now the Bren squad will fall back, make it wiped out there. Multiple Fallschirmjägers. Or should I say just say one squad of Fallschirmjägers, since there's 4 guys there. No cancer shot there by the Stuart. Marder fired a pot shot against the Bren squad. And the Bren squad does manage to escape on out of there. Another, oh, and we do have a Bofors being built there. Very nice. I think it would have been better to go right there to have more side-to-side coverage. From over here, the mortar hatch should be engaged. And don't know, can... my voice is cracked. Can a Marder outrange a Bofors?
Go ahead, sir.
I can't see the range of it.
The battalions just received access to self-propelled artillery.
Looks like the Luftwaffe ground forces here is out of range. I can highlight that, see the tax symbol. Oh, I can still do it there. Then if I get off of it. I always like seeing unusual assets like the Bofors. You just don't see that. But he has gone for raw artillery. Marder can. Yeah, that's why I thought so. That's why I think pushing up towards the structure to prevent it from just outranging it was a good idea. Now you have to be a bit careful with the Marders. Piet's doing a decent job there, but now there's 2 Marders. Good shot there on the Stuart. Got Stuart here, does put the mortar half track, as was the Mortar. But the Marder's also here to support out. Marder does get a good shot there, as well as the Mortar gets a good hit there as well, knocking out the Stuart. Down south, we've got the Stuart here. Engaging the Luftwaffe ground forces. Fortunately, you guys do throw their anti-structure incendiary grenade, which is actually a different incendiary grenade than the Panzer Grenadiers. And I think he fully wiped out that squad there. Yes, it looks like he did. The anti-structure grenade lasts like twice as long. It can nearly destroy a slit trench with one go, but not entirely. And that's the nice thing about Fallschirmjägers as well when compared to Panzer Grenadiers with STGs. They have a bit more utility, such as the anti-structure incendiary grenade. I believe they also have extra Panzerfell, so it's far more reliable than the AT grenades, as well as some camouflage capability as well. Yep, looks like the Mortar is outranging the Bofors. Fallschirmjägers needs to fall back a little bit there, just get some spotting. Very nice, but the Stuart's going to charge way forward. Use the Bofors as bait, does retarget it, and was not repaired up at all, so he will take damage there. And since he did not go for repair sappers, he didn't get the overheal there. Overheal could have allowed him to take an additional shot there. The overheal really does change the map. Does take the Mortar there with the Fiats, very nice.
The initiative is ours. Victory countdown started.
Good shot there. And I think if there's a 25-pounder on the field, or maybe a priest, some sort of artillery. Oh no, it's officer artillery. Does have enough to bring up the priest. And a priest has been ordained onto the field.
Say the word!
Not sure the Brits ever used priests in World War II. Wouldn't surprise me if they were Lend-Leased over. I know they have their own variant, or I think that's most of the Canadians, with a sexton. The priest uses the M3 chassis, the same one as the Lee. And I believe the sexton used the Ram chassis, which I don't know if that's somewhat based on the Sherman chassis or the Lee chassis. Also, one's a 105 and one's a 17 pounder, or not 17 pounder, 25 pounder. Does get directly over Marder, knocking it out as well, but he does no longer really need Martyrs there. Martyr's more defensive, now that he's a bit more aggressive with the priests in the field. And probably just get out of this garrison. One stray shot could take it out, though there's quite a bit of opening there for the rounds to pass through now. Bowfirst getting repaired on up. Got the lieutenant here with efficiency 1. 2-2 and Mortar half-track there. Mortar half-track can still be useful against the Bowfirst, which stays alive. Another reason why to get a repair sapper to get it overhealed. But 2-2 cannot advance towards the Bowfirst. The Bowfirst is basically meant to counter 2-2s and 250 half-tracks. And the occasional flame half-track, but that's probably not likely, ever. Another Stuart deployed on the field. I think as well going for mass Stuarts, it also does complement Royal Engineers. We got Churchills. We do now have these forces pushing down south.
6 ready.
Stuart push way forward. Now it does need another Martyr. But the Martyrs have been martyred. Blah. There goes that joke. Red squad here, capturing up the cutoff sector, which is currently cutting off, well, eventually the mission sector up here. Scoopar is catching up that sector there. Panzer player just trying to rotate around. Fort HQ could try to redeploy. I think this would be a better spot for the Fort HQ rather than right there. Farther back will allow him to use this building as more of cover. Putting it right here means his retreat point's out in the open, which is not a good idea. So I understand why he pulled back all the way there, but I think it could be pushed to right there. Does spot the field support truck on the pan truck here, so we're going to be really effective against it.
Prepare to move.
The priest could rotate around. Additionally, he could push forward the priest as well. The turreted machine gun does offer suppression like the Stag Hound, which I think is a really stupid design. Field support truck has seen some beatings there. There's the priest firing way too far. He does dodge the shots there. Panzer was fired there. And we got the Brent squad, or primarily the lieutenant, firing across the river. Panzer trying to push forward. Stuart gets the direct hit there on the squad. Canister could have ripped the rest of the squad apart. And now we got a Marder over here as well, so he does have more AT options. I do like the fact the Panzer League players just not deploying on Panthers. I think Panthers are a little on the overrated side. They're good, but I think overrated.
Going after one of our munition stores.
And pretty much overused. Do now the Marder and the Stuart navigation. Stuart cannot take another shot there. Brand has been dropped there. Stuart has gone down. Martyrs are pretty good tank destroyers. They offer good damage with more pistol blast cannons, of course. And they're not bulletproof, just bullet resistant. And definitely not Piet proof.
Germans are now at 300 points.
And the Piet squad does get wiped on out, which means he has no more repair squads, does he? That's not good.
QM
He's not
just distributed supercharged rounds to the army.
He could have kept that Piet squad alive. He at least have a squad for repairs, so he can go straight for armor command since he does have a captain. Oh, good officer artillery there. Then again, the captain is dead. Ooh, took a pretty nasty hit there. Another priest has been ordained on the field. He has one scope of squad. Now you wish he's gone for commandos because he needs lacking infantry squads. Maybe
Germans are trying to secure
no
our
squad right
patrol
there.
belt.
There's 2 separate squads. 25 or he's firing away. Does wow? What artillery barrage is that? A creeping barrage. He's good hits there. Ooh, took it there. He's just getting ripped apart by the artillery. I think the Brit has been a bit wasteful. The Peaslee player has lost some units recently, but overall he's been doing a little bit better. Drop the Bren, he can pick that up, but boy, are these guys now battered. Got a squad of Fallschirmjägers here with FG-42s. The lieutenant could pick up the Bren. Scope rifle as well. Scope rifle does. At first I was wondering what type of artillery barrage was that, and I forgot about creeping barrage because I'm not expecting one there. Officer artillery there, forced back the Luftwaffe ground forces. Fortunately, getting splashed by the barrage as well. And does go for the armor command truck. He has no source of repair, so that's going to be a bit dangerous.
Standing by on you, sir.
Though right now, Cromwell, some Cromwells won't be half bad. The Martyrs can fight them, but Cromwells can fight them. And right now, the British player does have capture in his favor. The Peaslee player has less tickets, but it feels like the Peaslee player is in a better position right now. Production? Oh yeah, he's gone for Luftwaffe ground force. He has access to Henschel, so... And that will meet most of the anti-tank needs, so Cromwells are now exceedingly less useful. Not sure, a good number though. I really think people who go for mass Stuarts should definitely get repair sappers that overheal. Then the Stuarts just take another shot, means they, in that case, will last 33% longer.
We are losing ground.
Send your mission
I
orders.
think the Fallschirmjäger's trying to get a Incendiary grenade there. Anti-structure grenade, not sure. Martyr's barraging the Bren squad and getting some hits there. Fallschirmjägers and Panzergrenadiers push along the river. Look, Bren squad needs to fall back. The front being wiped out of the moment, so is the lieutenant. Officer artillery there. Does lose the Bren squad a little bit foolishly. Here comes the Henschel. And here comes the Hoover. Direct hits nukes the Panzergrenadier. And lieutenant almost goes down by the Henschel. And almost takes some damage there from the Mortar and Henschel, and goes down. Panzerfaust connected. Was not the Panzerfaust score kill. Bofors, Barragen are engaged in the Mortar. Mortar too close. Mortar still pushing forward. That Henschel, that Priest has full health. Now this will. Oh, it does manage to take out the Bofors in time. Got lucky there. Bofors got caught reloaded. Priest can possibly take out the Mortar there with the coaxial or turreted machine gun. Cromwell here. Both goes down. Mortar pulls down. Level 1 defense. Cromwell, of course, actually able to fire. Mortar rotating around ever so slowly. Fresh squad of Fallschirmjägers, I think, trying to go for a Panzerfaust. Luftwaffe ground forces may get ran over. Panzerfaust connects. And Mortar scores a kill there, takes the hull down. Lieutenant push right forward. I don't think the British player has much left on the field. Intersection, lost lieutenant there. Has a Bofors way over here. Somehow. I don't remember him deploying that on the field, but he has. So it looks like the British player he's pretty much out of the game.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
A priest is probably too expensive right now. He has a bit of fuel, so maybe Cromwell's. Don't think Fireflies be overkill and be only hit tank. He needs flexibility of Cromwell's, but I don't know if that makes a difference at this one time. He is in a horrible position right now.
We are losing an ammo point.
Yep. That Mortar did have one level of defense specialty. I wonder if that may have changed the math.
Panzer forces are moving on.
Plus, the one thing about Mars is they don't have quick reaction time. He at least was evasive head on. British player, is he just AFK at the moment? He's going for. I'm not sure why he's going for a lieutenant.
Territory cut off from supply.
Ready for combat.
Cromwell command tank. Cromwell command tanks are nice and all, but they need something to command. I'm not sure why he went for the lieutenant as well. Was this a misclick? That has to be a misclick, right? Officer artillery there by the lieutenant gets directed there on the Marder. The Marder does manage to drive out past the barrage. 3 holes down there. Lieutenant take a mortar hit there. Main gun destroyed Chris there and went down to the officer artillery. And looks like the British player has back to the game. And that is the end of the replay. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.